Buckingham Palace is the official London residence and principal workplace of the British monarch. Located in the city of Westminster, the palace is a setting for state occasions and royal hospitality. It has been a focus for the British people at times of national rejoicing and crisis. Originally known as Buckingham House, the building which forms the core of today's palace was a large townhouse built for the Duke of Buckingham in 1705 on a site which had been in private ownership for at least 150 years. It was acquired by George III in 1761 as a house. During the 19th century it was enlarged by architects John Nash and Edward Blore, forming three wings around the central courtyard. Buckingham Palace finally became the official royal palace of the British monarch on the accession of Queen Victoria in 1875. The Buckingham Palace Garden is the largest private garden in London.
The British Museum was founded in 1753, the first national museum in the world. From the beginning, the visitors were about 5,000. Today, over 6 million people have visited the museum. Sir Sloane collected more than 71,000 objects. He gave all these objects to King George II in return for £20,000. An Act of Parliament established the British Museum in 1753. The first collections included books, manuscripts, coins, and drawings. A tourist can spend a whole day if he wants to see everything. There are branches of Egyptian, Chinese, Assyrian, and Greek civilization, and many more. A Greek visitor must see the Acropolis marbles, which were taken from the Parthenon by Lord Elgin in 1816. He can also see many statues and sculptures from the Parthenon. Melina Mercouri, the famous actress and politician, was the one who asked all these marbles back from the British government. Nothing has happened since then. The new archaeological museum has been built in Athens for this reason, but in vain. The museum continues to add new collections from all over the world.
The Houses of Parliament, otherwise known as the Palace of Westminster, symbolizes Great Britain. Its image adorns everything from souvenirs to sauce bottles. The building that sits proudly on the banks of the Thames is the New Palace, built between 1814 and 1817, as home to the main courts of law since the late 15th century. Westminster hosted many trials built by William II between 1097 and 1099. It was the largest hall in England at the time. The palace was remodeled and extended by various royal residents abruptly ended. Long unfit for purpose, the opportunity to create a new palace came in 1834 when a fire destroyed most of the old structure. The winner of the competition to rebuild was Sir Charles Barry, who worked alongside August Pagan to create today's Gothic building, containing 1,100 rooms. Around the courtyard next to the Parliament there is the clock tower, home of the bell, known as Big Ben. Madame Tusseud is a wax museum in London with branches in a number of major cities. It was founded by wax sculptor Mary Tusseud and was formerly known as Madame Tusseud, but the apostrophe is no longer used. Madame Tusseud is a major tourist attraction in London, displaying wax work of historical and royal figures, film stars, sports stars, and famous murderers. One of the main attractions of Mary Tusseud's museum was the Chamber of Horrors. This part of exhibition included victims of the French Revolution and newly credited figures of murderers and other criminals. The name is often credited to a contributor to Punch in 1845, but Mary appears to have originated it herself, using it in advertising as early as 1843.
Westminster Abbey has got more than 1,000 years of history. Benedictine monks first came in this site in the middle of the 10th century. It was established as a place of daily worship which continues to this day. The abbey has been the coronation church since 1066. Every king and queen since William the Conqueror has been crowned in the abbey. Also, it is the place where many kings, queens, warriors, scientists, poets, and musicians rest in peace. It is strange for a tourist to see their names written on the floor. The present church, begun by Henry III in 1245, is one of the most important Gothic buildings in the country. A new addition to the abbey was the Lady Chapel built by King Henry VII, which now bears his name. In 2010, Pope Benedict became the first pope to visit the abbey.